Cole's new album, For Your Eyes Only, immediately boomed on the charts and online, and with that boom came an instant realization that the album is more than just a collection of songs. It's a story, with each song in its rightful chronological place, and the rich meaning in the lyrics tell that story. The overall explanation is all over the internet, which explains that the album is Cole telling the story of his friend James McMillan Jr., who, like Cole, fell in love and had a daughter, but unlike Cole, died because he was stuck to a life on the streets. The album is, at the end, dedicated to James's daughter, a dedication that comes with a revelation of truths behind James and Cole's lives. Truths like racism, unequal opportunities, and vicious cycles of death and vengeance in these neighborhoods. These truths, this message, is there for her eyes only. There's still a lot more going on here, though. With For Whom the Bell Tolls and Immortal, Cole opens the album with the question of life and death. Specifically, is it better for him to stay alive and have his work gradually get worse, fading into irrelevance, like many believe has happened to legends like Nas and Dr. Dre? Or for him to die in his prime and be remembered for his best work, like Biggie and Tupac? He is considering death not simply for his own legacy, but, as he makes clear in the outro of Immortal, because he believes that death will bring the music to the forefront and allow his message to really make change. 'Cause you want to change the world, but while alive you never will. Deja Vu is about his moment of falling in love, a song that can apply to both James and Cole. But an interesting perspective split occurs in Ville Mentality. Cole's experience with fame and everyone wanting something from him is juxtaposed with James's daughter's experience of her father's death, which is the interlude and outro of that song. We see how Cole needs to keep his feelings inside while he lets people abuse him in that bridge. And that's contrasted with the rage that's openly expressed by the daughter, rage that's built up from her father's death. That in itself is a lesson for her. The bridge is a code for her to live by. The perspectives merge again for She's Mine Part 1, a song that introduces the theme for the rest of the album, the power of love. In his own personal dialogue about life and death, these lines reveal that it's no longer all about his own legacy. It's love that occupies his mind and keeps him fighting to stay alive. And that latter part is what is more relevant to James. His new love for life, sparked by the love for his daughter, is what opens his eyes to the cruelty of the system he lives in, the one he describes in the album's title track, For Your Eyes Only. He needs to reflect on his own life so he could teach those lessons to his daughter, and he so desperately wants to teach those lessons because of his love for her. Cole's difficult experiences, even in fame, described in Neighbors, along with James's difficulties being in and out of jail and living on the streets. Cole wants to fix these problems with his music, but he realizes that love is the way to fix them in the end. Love for James's daughter is the reason this album and the messages it carries out exist. And as Cole says, the only real change comes from inside. He decides that life is better than death because love is better than death. And because of that, he doesn't need to die to be heard. He just needs to keep loving his audience and putting that love into his work.